Oh, this one put up a little bit of a fight. This crank seal was bad. I don't know if you can see, it's pretty heavily worn. And then if I spread it out in here, I can see cracks. It doesn't look OEM. I'm pretty sure I changed them. That's probably some cheap Chinese one. All I did was knock a little hole in it and used a drywall screw to get it out. I put another all cheapo in there. Oh, you want to talk about a kick to the gut? I know my bench is a mess. Bought a bunch of rebuild kits. Price was right, I thought. Tried a couple of these other ones too, and every one of these, their damn quality control sucks. Every one of these, they riveted this piece in backwards. This piece needs to be on the other side of the diaphragm for it to work. And I know I ordered, I can't remember what the part number is, but it's supposed to be the Walbro replacement kit for this carb. This is the carb off there. That's giving me some sort of issue. I wonder if there's something floating around behind the Welch plug or something. After I fixed the air leak, then I had idle issues. I really, it's all foggy in here. I really like how this carb responds. Like this carb snaps twice as hard as that one. This, I believe, is either a 290, 039, something like that, or 040, or Ms460. It's a Walbro. Looks kind of just like this one, but it's got the big boss around here where you had to pull the red caps. I have another kick to the gut. I come out to the garage today, and this was sitting on the floor. I don't know if a varmint got in here, and I had a whole bunch of crap on the floor actually. But now my felling spike is, I come in, this is sitting on the floor just like, well, about like that, and over there. So I don't know, I don't see no damage to my case. This is a brand new set of cases. All these outer parts are all brand new, but I'm gonna have to straighten that dog out or just throw a different one on it. I got the factory black one still. This was one I polished up, but I don't see any other damage than my felling dog, but not very impressed. I know I did have my garage door open today while I was bringing wood and stuff up, and I don't know, maybe when I dumped the load of wood and some of it banged up against the garage, maybe there was a cat or something in here and it took off and bolted. But I had crap on that bench on the floor. This was sitting here, so I don't, I guess if a cat was up there snooping around or something, and then because I dumped a couple bucket loads of wood up here, and as it fell out of the bucket, it hit the garage. Maybe it could have ran across my table, because I had tools on the ground. I had shit up there knocked down. Frustrating. I can't have nothing nice. Can't keep animals out of my garage. It was nice today, so I had the door open. But I'm gonna have to get a clutch, or I'm gonna have to dig in my box of parts. I have to bring the idle down way too low on this thing to get it to stop turning the thing. And if I recall, it was a beater clutch that I put in there, but I should have dug through my box of parts when I had the clutch off. These seals are simple to get the clutch off. Added a couple holes. I'll show you. What I did. My winter filter's got a stilt now. I glued that on there. I made that, and then I made a longer stud in this special brass piece, which goes on here and here. And the reason I did this, I don't know if you guys can see in there, it spaces the distance of this off the back side of this, so it's a more direct shot in for airflow. And I think I've showed this before where I knocked all the crap out of here. Well, now I added 4 extra holes in it. And then let's get you out of here. I reworked my air horn some. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I changed up the transition in here. I was studying this, and before it looks like it was pulling around the filter and coming up through, because with that real short stud, this is what bottomed the filter out, and that did not give much I don't know what you want to call it, airspace for the filter. I don't know. You got lots of room in there now. And then I had to cut all this out. Oh, and then I blew my rewind out, the internal guts. There's a reason this saw has this on there. All the work and stuff that's done to it. If you're not committed to pulling it, it'll kick back and break the rewind, like the guts. That's the 3rd time I've had to put guts in there. I don't expect these guts to last long because they're Chinesium. I stole them out of this. So, but it is back together and running. I think I'm going to dig around through my stuff tonight for a clutch. And if I can't, then I guess I'll just order a clutch. All my chain brake stuff still works on this too. But, yeah, I don't know. I really wanted to get this. Yeah, you'll tune this one, and then you'll think you'll have it. And then 5 minutes later, it's running different. I took parts out of that carb. I stole parts out of that carb to put into this one to try it to see if it was the carburetor, and it most definitely is in the carburetor. Yeah, so I don't know. At least it's back together and running. Vision's been acting up. My eyes are all blurry, but I don't know if you can see that crack in there. It most definitely, that seal gave up the ghost, and that's why she wanted to idle at like $5,000. But I couldn't. When it developed that down there at Sawfest, I just threw it back in the truck. This saw runs too killer to just burn up. But I trimmed out around in here so I could still get to my operator present, or master control, whatever they want to call it. This operator present, I think Steel calls this the master control lever. But this is a Chinese tank, but it's got an OEM tank vent. I believe I put OEM lines in this, and it's got an OEM switch in there because the China stuff sucked. But I done pumped all my oil out. This saw runs like a scalded dog. Other than the carb, I can't imagine what I changed here hurting it. It should only help it. So I'll have to get test wood. We'll go out and test cut with it, and tune it and all that. But I just pushed my pin back in for the doggone trigger. Man, you gotta love China junk. Guess I'll pick up a bottle of super glue when I get out of work later today. It's like 4 in the morning. I'll have to put some super glue in there, stop that from falling out. Actually, no. I got some of that clear epoxy. I'll just degrease that, and I'll just put a little dab of clear epoxy on each side of that. Man, I don't need that falling apart. It might have been doing that before. I cut the back half, because I extended this all out, so I trimmed this all back. So I wonder if that was keeping the thing in. This China stuff hit or miss. I've had some decent stuff, but 90% of the crap I get from China is junk. But someday I'd like to find an OEM tank for this. I think this saw is worthy of an OEM tank. But yeah, so I don't know. I'd like to fix this carb because I really think this one ran much better. It's either that or I'd like to find an actual, for real Ms460 carb. I bought, I don't know where it's at. I'm not sure where it's at. Might be over here. I don't know. I bought a 461 carburetor. I don't know what to do with it. But I'd have to switch parts out to run. That was an eBay purchase. I actually bought it for a back of stuff over here. I wanted to show you guys the difference. The 461 has this. And I don't know, I don't have a 461 choke lever. I could cut that off and then it would be the same as this one. I could cut it off just above that notch and it would work. But I don't want to not make this fit a factory 461, if that makes any sense, especially for what I gave for it. So I'm pretty sure this is an 046 carb, but I've cleaned it out like 3 times. There's definitely something. There's definitely something off in this carb. I do believe I could make this one work as well. I don't know if it would run as good though. This is a 10mm 044 carb. And it's a Zama. So I might order, this needs a kit in it, otherwise I would have already tried it. But I might order up a kit for this, another real kit for this one, and a kit for that Go to the wall, bro. When I get money. Funds are kind of tight right now. So, another thing too is if you guys have my address, everybody that I've talked to, either text message, Facebook Messenger, email, I agreed to take on some stuff, and nothing has showed up here yet, and it's been quite a bit. If I agreed to take your stuff on, don't fiddly fart around about getting it to me, because if and when I do take stuff on, I like it in, and then I can turn around, get it out, and then I can do other things. I don't, not to mention, if I decide to take on 3, and then 3 don't show up, and I take on a different 3, then all of a sudden I've got 6 here. I don't want that. If I say I'll take on a saw, don't goof around about sending it to me, or if you're not serious about me doing your saw, if I take it on, send me a message and let me know that you changed your mind. I don't care either way. I prefer to dink with my own stuff, but I try to help you guys out too. But I most definitely don't want to be a production porter. I'm a hobbyist. I don't know what you want to call it. Hobby. It's a hobby. I don't. Not to mention, I don't want a bunch of stuff sitting here that's not mine. So, but I know I agreed to some stuff. I can't remember the names. I get so many messages a day. I'm not gonna scroll. Just like if I turn somebody down, check with me in a month again, because you never know what's going on month to month. If I already agreed to do 3 saws, I'm probably not going to take any more on until those 3 are done. And I just don't port for just anybody. I pick and choose, and it depends on what mood I'm in. I've probably turned 75 saws away, about in the last 4 weeks. So it's, I know it don't make much sense. I could probably have took all them on and solved my money issues, but then I'd be miserable. So it's like, I'd rather just do enough to cover the stuff that I need for the shop and whatever chainsaw shenanigans I'm doing, and be happy, instead of taking on ass loads and have money and be miserable. So show you guys this too. Check out my dumpster fire. 4.5-inch angle grinder. Drill Master. Never really heard of it, but I couldn't see that sitting in the trash. So come home with me. I'll find a use for it. But so if I agree to take your saw on, quit horsing around and get it to me. Because I would have already thought by now there'd been 3 saws sitting here, and I've got my own projects I want to do. I still need to test run that 620. This one's done. I need to test run this one. That's kind of a beat up one. I still want to test this one. I need to get some test wood. Oh, I already tested that one. I need to test this one. And then I am debating, so that's another thing too. It's like I want to go into my 500i, dink with it, but if someone else's saw shows up that I already agreed to take on, I don't want my shop's a cluster. All three. This is a portable bench. That's a portable bench. And then my fixed bench. They're all filled up, so I can only dink with one saw at a time, and I don't want to be dinking with my saw and then have someone else's saw show up, and then I got to shuffle stuff around. I don't like that. But, I need to pull the tractor up here too. I need to go through all the parts. I think I'm gonna stuff these Macs down in the shed. I got boxes and boxes of parts. I kind of need to go through my shed, and then I threw all that 250 crap down in the shed too. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to building any 250s. But yeah, really pissed off that landed on the floor. I'd have been even madder if that wasn't my saw. So that's another thing. I'm always worried about other people's saws. Thank God none of that stuff got knocked down. But I blibber blabbered on here and ranted enough. I do not know what I did with my bar and chain for this thing. I think I took it off and had it on the 400. But there's no bar and chain on my 400 at the moment. I've got other work stuff I can play with it, but so I don't even know where my cover went for this. Yeah, my side cover's missing. That might have got knocked down too. But I'm gonna work on picking my shop up. You guys take it easy. I blibber blabbered on here enough.